Hello and welcome to Art History Around the World with me, Maura Brooke. Today we are going to be studying Gothic castles of medieval Europe. And the Gothic style is a style of sweeping giant buildings and large windows and arches, and the medieval time period is between 1066 and the 1500s. Now, so many castles were being built during this time because Europe was in a constant state of war. Different people were taking over and castles were built and rebuilt all the time. A castle has many parts to it, but before you can even get close to the castle, you will enter the grounds. The grounds could be a few acres or a few miles long surrounding the castle. At the perimeter of the grounds, there would be guards and watchmen. These guards knew who was permitted to enter and which enemies to look out for. If you were a friend and you're permitted to enter, then you would ride on in your horse or in your carriage for a few miles, and then you would find the moat surrounding the castle. A moat was a man-made lake made to protect the castle, and a guard would be looking out from the gatehouse of the castle, which was the large, heavy entryway built for protection. He would lower the drawbridge when he sees you approaching, and after he gets final confirmation that you are indeed allowed in. After getting past the gatehouse, you will enter the bailey, which is the courtyard before you reach the castle keep. The castle keep had large reception rooms, conference rooms, and many apartments and extra various rooms. It was usually built on top of a large mound of earth for extra protection. There were also many secret passages and chambers built in most castles. The part of the castle you would want to stay far away from is the dungeon. Even visiting a friend who happened to be a prisoner was risky business, because someone might overhear what you're talking about and lock you up as well. People visiting the castle usually came at the request of the king for a visit, or to make a request from the king. But no matter the reason for your visit, you always brought a gift for the royal family. Now let's learn about some iconic castles. The most famous castle in Europe, perhaps in the entire world, is Neuschwanstein in Germany. The castles at both Disneyland and Disney World are based off Neuschwanstein Castle. Neuschwanstein was actually built in the Gothic style in the 1800s, way after the medieval period ended. Another famous castle is the Alcázar de Segovia in Spain, which literally means Segovia Fortress. This castle was first built in 1200, but has been constantly renovated since. Now it is a major tourist attraction from people all over the world, and especially a tourist attraction for people all over Europe. Next, we see the Corvin Castle in Romania, which began as a small fortress and was built into a castle in 1440. It has also constantly been under construction and was even under construction as recently as 1995. Next, we have the Eltz Castle in Germany, which was built in the 800s. That's over 1200 years ago. It became built into a larger castle in 1157 and became an important fortress for its inhabitants. Next, we see the Château de Chambord, a castle that took 28 years to build but was never completed. It was initially built as a hunting lodge with 440 rooms, 282 fireplaces, and 84 staircases. Next, we see the Château de Chenonceau, a castle built over a river in France in 1514. Next, we have something very interesting, a hilltop castle called Hohenwerfen Castle in Austria, built in 1075. This castle, like many others, is now a museum for the public to visit. Next, we have some interesting castle facts, and I'll let you read them on your own, but one thing that stuck out to me was that the walls of a castle could be up to 33 feet thick, or about as long as a school bus. There are so many interesting things to learn about castles. You could do your own research and find so many fascinating things that we haven't covered in this video. If you learn anything cool that we haven't covered, please feel free to send that information on over. Down below in the description, you'll see the projects as well as some reference links. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to learn with you again next week. Bye!